When visiting her mother's grave, Luisa noticed the presence of Fiel, a dog that used to roam the village of Esperanza and who had great respect for the child, since his mother used to take care of him when he was a puppy. However, that day, Faithful was different and stood beside a freshly dug grave, his eyes alert and vigilant as if they were on a mission. Intrigued by the dog's attitude, Luisa watched him and noticed his tense and growling body, expressing his discomfort with any approach. Being an animal lover and feeling a strong connection with Fiel, she knew something was wrong and tried to approach slowly. Despite not fully recognizing her, the surviving dog, she stood there, but not very close. Noticing Fiel's discomfort, Luisa felt her heart sink and decided to investigate the tomb. However, as she approached, the dog growled again, preventing her from getting any closer. Talking to the animal, trying to calm it down and gain its trust, Luisa tried to reassure Fiel, the faithful village companion who growled nervously in the presence of so many unknown people. Investigate the tomb and exhume Ruan's body. After ensuring everyone's safety, the prisoners finally received judicial authorization to dig up the body. The villagers, eager for answers, watched the scene expectantly. Barked loudly, as if to alert everyone to what was about to be revealed. Luisa and José exchanged nervous glances, imagining what could be hidden there that would have triggered such a reaction in Fiel. The police were worried and wondered what could have been found in the tomb. Someone yelled, "For God's sake, tell me what's going on." When the police arrived at the scene, they were faced with a scene they would never forget. Their eyes widened and their expressions went from shock to disbelief in a matter of seconds. "Good God, this can't be true," exclaimed one of the officers, while another shouted to the people, "Somebody call an ambulance urgently." The expression of horror on the faces of those men made the residents look at each other, fearing what was to come. Everyone was impatient to know what had been discovered in the tomb. "I wonder what's in there." "I've never seen such a scared expression on a policeman's face," someone commented. "Whatever it is, it must be something very serious. The believer is very scared." Words were exchanged between people, fueling the suspense as the ambulance approached with its siren echoing throughout the village. Fiel continued as if desperate for someone to understand his warning. With the arrival of the ambulance, the police made room for the rescuers and, at that moment, the truth was revealed. Inside the coffin was a young man of about 18, pale and visibly shaken. He was tied up and a gag was placed in his mouth. Her wide eyes exuded terror. All the residents of Esperanza were shocked and speechless. The discovery was so unbelievable that it took a few moments for reality to sink in. "It's a miracle. He's alive. How is that possible?" someone exclaimed. "Fiel saved this boy's life." "This dog is a hero," commented another. The commotion took over the village and people hugged each other, cried and thanked God for the miracle they had witnessed. Rescuers quickly acted to remove the young man from the coffin, while police officers tried to calm the people and maintain order. "We need to get him out of here as soon as possible. We're going to check his vitals and take him to the hospital." "Please make room," said a male nurse. "Yes, we have to be careful. He could be traumatized and injured," completed the other. With extreme care, they removed the boy from there and placed him on the stretcher. Faithful, seeing that the young man was being helped, finally calmed down. He jumped off Luisa's lap and didn't move away from him. The girl, with tears in her eyes, watched the scene and wondered how all that had happened. She looked at her friend and realized how brave and determined the dog had been. "Faithful, you are amazing." The puppy that stayed by the young man's side all that time was embraced by the father, who expressed his desire to adopt him and take him home as part of the family. However, when they were getting into the car, the dog looked at the village people he loved so much and preferred to stay there. Even though he was deeply touched by Fiel's courage and loyalty and by the Kindness and solidarity of the inhabitants of Esperanca, Rubens decided to reciprocate in some way. He donated a large amount of money to the villa and invested in the construction of a modern community center, with a library, space for sports and cultural activities, and a new health center. The intention was to improve the quality of life of residents and provide a more promising future for children and young people in the community. The millionaire's gesture brought even more unity and joy to Esperanca, and the dog Fiel continued to be the great hero and guardian of the village, always receiving affection and admiration from everyone. Rubens became an animal advocate and started to invest in organizations that cared for and protected abandoned animals. The experience with the dog had left an indelible mark on her heart. Though life has returned to normal for most of the residents of that small town, they will never forget the day a faithful dog saved a young man's life and changed the fate of an entire community. If you liked this story, surely the next video that is appearing on your screen will move you too. So, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave your like and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. To the next.